With the third largest lead going into the fourth quarter in the shot clock era. It's 112-63. Jay Huff missed a three. Rebound came until Marvin Bagley hit a 48-footer at the buzzer. Mitchell's three off the front iron, and Conchar with a rebound. Luke Kennard has checked in. A little late for the Grizzlies, though. Maybe could have used his shooting earlier in the game. Lamar Stevens inside. Count the basket. Tatum that is still underrated.
Consistency. I think it's very difficult to go out there game in, game out, and produce the way Jason Tatum does at the level that he does in every facet, really. He's a committed defender. He creates. He scores 30 for you most nights. So I think if there's anything, it's that. I don't think you appreciate necessarily how often he's doing what he does.
You think of all the great players in Celtics history.
Talking point for that team. They don't want to be just a team that won a championship. They want to go down as a team that you're talking about years later of what they were able to accomplish.
Jaylen Brown, Finals MVP last year. We'll see where that knee is. It was something that was bothering him at the end of the regular season. Orlando got a little bit healthier. Should be an interesting game one. Mike Breen, they've led by as many as 52 in this game. The regular season was 12.9. That is the best in NBA history. And this was at 12.9 with about 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, and it's been all downhill from there.
Yeah, OKC hit him with that burst to close the first quarter, and it just rocked Memphis. And they really were not able to generate anything offensively to give them a chance in this game.
Kennard missed it. And now Kenrich Williams looking to run. And if you're Thomas Isolo, the interim head coach for Memphis, now he's coached.
You flush this tape. You don't watch it. You just bury it, move on. I disagree. I think you sit down and watch this because I think nothing is going to appeal to your pride more as a player because tape doesn't lie. And when you watch it,
as the 8th seed, again, just 2 behind the Lakers for the 3, as Mitchell swishes home a 3-pointer.
But they're in a different place with the acquisition of Jimmy Butler.
They beat Memphis on Tuesday. They had a loss at home to San Antonio a little over a week ago, then lost to the Clippers last Sunday. Had they won, they would have been in the top 6, but they lose, they go to the play-in, and so they end up getting the Rockets in the 2-7.
Yeah, look, the Houston Rockets have had a great year, and they really played well coming down the stretch. You think about the margin for error in this league. If Golden State loses that game the other night to Memphis, which they almost did, one possession game with 6 seconds to go, then they would have had to win on Friday night, and they'd be sitting here right now playing against this Oklahoma City level defense in front of their home crowd.
And it would be Memphis and Houston tonight. Wiggins on the move, breaking down the deep.
Going through it. The level of intensity, the shot-making pressure, even the way the game is called, all of that is different in the postseason. And usually there's a progression in this league before you are ready.
Last conference finals 2016, Kevin Durant's final year. Last NBA finals 2012. Last NBA championship in Seattle in 1979. On the other side, the East, we saw playoff experience come up big for the New York Knicks. And that 21-0 run, they never panicked, showed great poise. And Detroit does have some players on that roster that have been in the postseason before, but first time for Cade Cunningham. And the Pistons looked like a team, at least late, that had not been in that situation before in the postseason.
Detroit, one of the great stories in the league this year with that turnaround. And what a job J.B. Bickerstaff did with that young core group. And they couldn't have done more for 40 minutes to position themselves to win a playoff game. But you saw the experience factor clearly in the way the Knicks closed that game with that 21-0 run to Madison Square Garden.
Dylan Jones checks into the game. He knocks down a jump shot. It's 124-69. Largest margin of victory ever in a game one of the playoffs is 47. And so that is in jeopardy for Memphis. They don't want to be in that dubious list. Out of bounds was Jones, team that went to the conference finals a year ago.
Yeah, the answers for the Lakers are going to come on the defensive end of the floor. That's where the adjustment has to come. Minnesota was in rhythm all night.
Wiggins for 3. 56 is the advantage right now. Can you loan me your calculator if this keeps up?
Well, I got both shoes off, so I was counting on that last basket, too.
Konchar inside, and Huff gets the basket. Kenrich Williams, year 7 out of TCU, drives, missed it, poked out to Kennard. Corner 3, Konchar. Off the top of the backboard. And then
this OKC was Memphis able to put a dent in.
And one of those made threes was a 50-footer at the buzzer by Marvin Bagley. Another Memphis turnover. Desmond Bane, 9 points, 3 of 12, 1 of 6 from 3. Almost all his points came early on. Wiggins, who is one of the most improved players in the league this year, almost doubled his scoring average from a year ago. He missed there. Wiggins had 35 points in a game in the regular season at Utah late. He handled this, going from game 1 to game 2 after a win like this, knowing you got to get 3 more.
I don't think he's had a problem all year. We've done a number of Thunder games with making sure that his team stays ready and doesn't get complacent or overly impressed with themselves. They're just so hungry and focused every single night. It's truly a testament to the coaching staff and I think the individual pride of this group. I don't think you're going to worry about a letdown if you're Mark Dagnall.
Stevens spinning, missing. Oklahoma City ball. 2:25 to go in game 1, game 2, Tuesday night. Nice pass by Williams, and the basket from Wiggins. So it's at 56 right now. Again, largest margin of victory in a playoff game is 58. It's happened twice. Kennard got a 3.
Not really sure what the reason is for Luke Kennard sort of falling out of the rotation here late in the season. But again, spacing and shooting is critical against OKC's defense. I don't know if there's a plan to give him more minutes going forward. But I think it might be something they want to look at because he doesn't need a lot of time to get it off. And you're not going to get much time against this defense.
Well, certainly something has to change between today and Tuesday. We'll see if that involves different rotation, shift in the starting lineup or something else. Not sure it'll matter. This Oklahoma City team is that good. 68 regular season wins, 7th best in NBA history, largest margin of victory in NBA history, 7th best record, point differential number 1. They won 54 games by double figures, most ever. And this is a 49-point lead right now with a minute to go.
The only thing you can do if you're Memphis is understand this isn't a cumulative score series. It's starting at 0-0 in game 2. So, I do think you should watch the film to hold people accountable. At the same time, you've got to move forward and come out and play with some level of confidence at the start of game 2.
131-80, 52 seconds left. Aaron Wiggins with 21 off the bench and a well-deserved standing ovation for the Oklahoma City Thunder, the best team in the league during the regular season and perhaps the team to beat here in the postseason. This will be the largest margin of victory in a game 1 in NBA history. It was 47 twice in 1986 and 1995. It's 51 as we close out game 1. Chance of OKC raining down from a very happy fan base here in Oklahoma City.